Now you will listen the special update in English.
The All-Parties Hurriyat Conference and other Hurriyat organizations have welcomed the demand raised by the Organization of Islamic Cooperation through a written statement to the United Nations Human Rights Council to address the human rights violations committed by occupational forces in Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine. The statement was delivered by Pakistan's Ambassador Khalil Hashmi on behalf of the OIC at United Nations in Geneva. The All-Parties Hurriyat Conference and Hurriyat organizations in their statements issued in Srinagar called upon the UNHRC and OIC to send their teams to occupied Jammu and Kashmir to monitor the scale of war crimes perpetrated by Indian forces in the occupied territory. They also urged the United Nations to place sanctions on India for trampling the world body's resolutions on Kashmir, adding that India under Modi has become a Hinduत्व fascist regime which, if not reined in, will endanger the peace of the whole world. Hurriyat leaders in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Azad Jammu and Kashmir have welcomed the dossier issued by the government of Pakistan exposing the Indian brutalities in occupied territory. Kashmir Freedom Front Chairman of Islamic Political Party Muhammad Yusuf Naqash, Convener of APHC AJK Chapter of Mirwais-led Hurriyat Forum Sayyid Faiz Naqshbandi, and Chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Salvation Movement Altaf Ahmed Butt in their statement said the dossier reflects Pakistan's unwavering support to the Kashmiris' freedom struggle. Meanwhile, apart from Salvation Movement, Jammu and Kashmir People's League, Tehreek-e-Istiqlal and Jammu and Kashmir Social and Justice League demanded immediate release of all illegally detained Kashmiris languishing in different jails of the occupied territory and India. Speakers at a webinar, while condemning the forcible burial of the iconic Kashmiri Hurriyat leader Sayyid Ali Gilani at the hands of Indian occupation authorities, have stated that prevention of lawful and decent burial of a dead body was an offence under the common law. The webinar, organized by Kashmir Institute of International Relations in collaboration with the World Muslim Congress, was held on the sidelines of the 48th regular session of the United Nations Human Rights Council going on in Geneva. In Washington, the World Kashmir Awareness Forum, in a statement while welcoming the appointment of Masarrat Alam Butt as new chairman of the All-Parties Hurriyat Conference, hoped that he would prove himself a strong and capable successor to the late veteran leader Sayyid Ali Gilani. Meanwhile, the residents of more than half a dozen villages in South Kashmir's Shopina district staged a forceful protest against the anti-people policies of the authorities. The protesters chanted forceful slogans against occupation authorities. PDP President Mehbooba Mufti, talking to media, said that BJP is depriving people of even the little rights left with them after abrogation of Article 370 in August 2019. India's National Crime Record Bureau, in its annual report, admits that in 2020, as many as 287 cases under Draconian Law (UAPA) were registered in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Besides Kashmir, the Modi regime registered a large number of cases under the draconian law and sedition charges, mostly against Muslims and farmers in Manipur, Jharkhand, Assam and Uttar Pradesh states. The official report by Indian government vindicates that United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, was justified in voicing concern over the misuse of the draconian law UAPA by Indian authorities to suppress the dissent, particularly in Jammu and Kashmir. And this is for now. Have a good night and keep listening to Radio Sada Hurriyat Jammu Kashmir.